is Miss Polly. How are you guys today? Obviously, if you guys can see, I am in the kitchen area and we are starting a new channel. We're also going to be doing our new channel with Miss Row C. If you guys haven't heard of her, you will definitely be checking her out soon. We're going to be doing some videos together. Definitely collabing together to bring unity to our women out here. We want to have good conversation and also have good things to share with everyone. So we are including our food. So we're going to make some different kinds of foods. We're going to talk about health. We're also going to be talking about relationships, obviously, because that's where I belong in that realm. But talking about health and how we can keep ourselves up. We are also going to have some great discussions with some young ladies that we set up some interviews with. One of those would be Miss Cami. Hopefully, we get Miss Jada up here also. I just have some conversation about different things that she does in her life and share, how she's been obviously growing and things like that. Our hope is that we can get a like a little bit of information from each generation. So we have our like maybe our teens to 20-year olds. We have Cami, who's like 19. We also have myself, I'm 38. We have Rosie, who's 28. And then we're going to try to find maybe someone who's in the 40s and possibly 50s. And so we can have those generations come together and show our unity and then also have conversations that kind of give us a bigger picture of what's going on in all of our lives and go from there. So we want to start today with our okra. Okay, so a lot of women out here are aware of what okra water is. Some of you are not. It's a great way to keep yourself hydrated, not only for sexual purposes that some people do, but also just for your skin care. You can use this in your hair. You can also just drink it on a daily basis. That'd be probably the best way to hydrate from the inside outside. And then also we're going to probably go over this with Rosie. We'll probably go over this video and kind of review some more health benefits for you young ladies who would love to find out how it's going to help you throughout your day life. So we're going to do that. But I'm going to start here with our okra. I already washed mine. So I washed it and I'm cutting it right now. Some of the things that we're going to need, because I know I'm a little bit ahead of everybody else. You can choose a flavoring. So I have pineapple. I also have cherry juice. And I got cherry juice right here. We have cherry juice. Now, as you guys most know, I do work in a restaurant. So we use cherries in a bar. So I have obviously have the remaining cherry juice from the restaurant. That's the best way I think for me, because I'm not going to really use it all the time. So I just took some from there that we're going to throw away. And then also, if you like to, most people like to use a good water. You can obviously get purified water if you like to. I went and got spring water. Some people don't like spring water. That's fine. If you don't like spring water, you think it tastes like the tap, that's cool. You want to use tap water, do that. But this one is spring water. I am obviously a fan of the Panna. I use this. It's real light, no bubbles or nothing like that. It doesn't have like a real like distinct flavor. So since I do like this one, this is the best one for okra water, in my opinion, because obviously I'm going to add other stuff and I don't want any other flavor like to kind of disrupt that. Because some ladies don't like okra water because it's very slimy. Okay, so everyone knows it's very slimy. If you haven't had the texture yet, get ready, ladies. It can be rough. So you're gonna get yourself. You want to have, it's like a shot, right? You're gonna get your little shot of something, and you're gonna have you're obviously gonna get like a little Coke or something like that. So you can, or water to rinse down the flavor. Some people don't like the texture of it, so obviously they're gonna add something else. And so Rusi also has a recipe. Um, that she has that we're probably going to bring up here, where she adds some other juices and things like that. So we're going to also get her take on it also. But I'm going to finish cutting this up here. And I'm going to show you some of the containers I got here. So I have a little cutting board over here. So we're just going to dump this over here to the side. Those are cut up. You don't have to be in a particular size. I know some people like them chunky. I like them chunky because when I strain it, It's not a big deal. The seeds are fine for me. 'Cause like I said, it doesn't really bother me because I take it like as a shot of alcohol, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Some people want to drink it in a drink, and so then they'll remove, like they'll strain it really heavy because they don't want the seeds or anything like that in their drink, which is valid. So I'm gonna put this just under here. Okay. I also got a few containers. Um, like I said, I got this container here. I have two of them. I used to have a quart containers, but I think it's a little too big. So I have two of these ones here. Sometimes, sometimes I use the bottles I have from work. Obviously, I take them home. I'm not a drinker, but whatever. So I got this is Patron silver. I got this bottle. I can put it. It's like has a little cork with it, and I'll pour it in here and leave it in the refrigerator so I can feel fancy. I like to feel fancy sometimes. So I have that to pour that into afterwards if I'd like to, but I also have two containers I think I will be sharing with some people at work who were interested in trying some too. And I'm going to go, hand it out. So I have these two containers here. So making okra water is really, really simple. Some people, they say they want to cook it down and all that. You don't have to do all those things. It's really, really basic. So let me get all these out the way for us here. So initially, what you're gonna do is, like I said, you're gonna chop up all your okra. I will say I like mine a little thicker because I'm not into like sipping it all week. I don't want to sip it. I want to take it. I want to get in there. So I make mine a little extra slimy. So I don't really put like a little amount. I put a large amount of okra inside of the container, and then I just let it sit, and it sits for a little bit. You'll need about they say it's about 4 hours where you can start seeing it change. I like to wait 24 hours. So it can be all the way broken down because it's going to be taking all that good okra and changing. So I'm just going to add some water into these. I'm going to do even, or at least we're going to do an even amount here. Or you can just put it in one. Like I said, you want to submerge them. Probably since I don't have the greatest memory, I'm going to get another one real quick here. And we get a spoon. I'm going to grab a spoon, guys. All right, real fast. All right. And I'm going to add a little bit more water. Like I said, I don't really like a whole lot of water. And I don't mind adding water. If you guys run out, just get some more. Or women. I'm just going to add this water. I'm okay with it not being what it is. But, okay, so I'm going to put, like I said, an even amount in here. Um, as you can see it's slimy already. It's already kind of doing what it needs to do. Now, you'll know it's done, okay, when the okra actually is not floating anymore. When it's done floating, that's when it's done. So that's why I said like you leave them there for as long as possible. 24 hours is pretty good amount of time, but you want this to be um, something that you'll do like maybe a day before. Some people, like I said, they'll drink it at 4 hours. I like to wait. I like to wait for that. Okay, so I got all the rest here. So once it's done, you'll see that they're all at the bottom. You can then get your strainer and you're gonna strain it out. Right now, two things you can do. Some people like to put the juice in and make the whole drink and they'll put it in a container like you just saw. I don't because sometimes I want to switch up the flavor. I'll have Crystal Light sometimes like that. Something like that is like it really changes the flavor because it is strong. The flavor is strong. It's not going to be something that's subtle. I will let you know. That's why a lot of ladies who do drink this, they don't necessarily love to drink it all the time, or some of them don't even want to do it. It has a consistency of snot, or I know snot sounds really gross, but if you guys know when you're ovulating, if you're ovulating, you have that thick snot looking like discharge that's clear and it's just really, really stringy. It's mimicking that. So that's also one of the reasons why some ladies like to use this internally when they're about to do things or whatnot. And drinking it also is going to give you a lot of lubrication inside. For like I said, the more benefits will go to row C, but hydrating your skin and all those things. Aloe is another one. That is a whole other process. So we could do a video on that because aloe, there's a couple little tricks you need to do to do aloe. Some people boil it. I'm not a fan of that. I like to keep everything very, very raw as possible. So I'll do that. Like I said, this one has a little bit less. This won't be as thick, but you'll see the consistency, and you'll start to see all these pieces fall to the bottom, and then you're gonna strain it, and then you can put it in your container. That's when I said I'll put it. Usually going to put it in here in this container here, and keep it. I got my little sticker here. I'll keep this in the refrigerator, and I will say because of however long you use it, I will say I only make enough for like a week. Some people say just put a little bit in your drink in the morning, whatnot. If you want to drink it more, fine. Some ladies, like I said, they like to sip on it all week. But this, I say, won't keep it more than 5 days, 5 to 7 days, depending on how fresh your veggies are. And then also, if you guys like to fried okra, you can fry these. Not after using it, but you can fry okra. And so you can just go ahead and buy it and eat them regular too. So I want you ladies to take a look at those. I'm gonna swirl them around. I know, it's already breaking down. So there's all those seeds and things like I said, and it's gonna start. You can see some pieces are kind of getting lower than others already. Same thing. Well, there's like little pieces there. So there's a lot more in this one, obviously. But that's basically how we have it, and then you can make your drink. Some ladies, like I said, they'll pour the pineapple juice into a cup and then add this. If you do not like that much sugar for whatever reason, you're on keto or whatnot, you don't want to drink all this dang sugar because obviously there's a lot of sugar in pineapple juice and cherry juice, all that. Like I said, Crystal Light is an alternative that you could use, even though it's obviously fake sugar. Or you could just drink it how it is. You're a tough person if you do that. So feel free to try this recipe out. This very, very simple version of it. And like I said, we'll have Rosie. Sorry, she's gonna show us another way to make these drink on another video, and it's gonna have obviously a lot more elements that you can add to it. And so, if you guys like just the basic, that's fine. If you want to use it like myself, we pour it in a cup, add some juice, take it like a shooter, and go on about your day. Feel free. But if you want to sip on it or something like that in a hot day, you also can have that option too. So I would like you guys to try this recipe out with us, and then come join us also on our live. We're going to be cooking. We're going to have a fried fish for myself. There's also Rose going to be making, I believe she wanted to make a salmon and a salmon one too, salmon. And then I'm going to have my tilapia, and then we're going to make spaghetti. So we're going to have some conversation during that live. So hopefully, you guys, you can join us. If not, you can always go back and view us later. So I'll leave this here for you guys. But thanks for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you guys again. Bye. Oh yeah, I can edit it.
Hey, Fem Flavors and Wisdom Watchers. It's your girl Roxy, and I'm just gonna give you a little breakdown. Sorry, let me get centered. I'm just gonna give you a little breakdown on how I like to prepare my okra water, and for my girlies who aren't big fans of okra, I'm also doing an aloe vera alternative. So a little breakdown of everything I'm gonna use. I'm using frozen fruit for infusion. I'm going to use, of course, aloe vera water drink. And we're going to talk a little bit about hydration and just how overall hydration helps with lubrication and it just overall helps with, body maintenance. So the beautiful thing about this drink, it is actually fairly easy. What I first like to do for the okra, I don't have time. I like to go ahead and use the frozen ones. This is the Pick Sweet Farm. And we're going to weigh it out on a scale real quick. And we're just going to see about, I usually do a couple of ounces or, let's see, where are we going to put it on? Yeah, we're going to do ounces. So I'm going to do about, I'm thinking 5 or 6 ounces of okra. That should be a roundabout good number. Let's see. So, fun fact about okra, everyone knows it's slimy. This actually helps with giving joints lubrication. If you are pregnant and thinking about giving birth, that actually also helps, gives a mucus like membrane that helps with the body to slide out easy. So, for my girlies who are giving birth, they recommend that you drink this for a more easy natural birth. And just for overall, it, you know, again, for my girlies who like to get down with the get down, it is also just really good to help with that extra hydration naturally. So, minus the ice, this is about 5.1 ounces or so. So, we're just going to, my hands are clean, pop her in here. And because we do have a little ice in here, I am going to go ahead and add maybe up to 6. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab another zero point 0.9 ounces of okra. You really don't need much. The more you put in, the slimier it does get. So if you are someone who's not a big fan of the slimy, I wouldn't put too much in there. Let's see. A little too much. So this is just about 1 more ounce of okra. We're going to just pop in here. So we're going to move the scale out the way. And we're going to just pretty much talk about hydration. You can't have natural hydration without overall water. Today, I'm just using regular purified water, little water bottles, just because I forgot to go get my 5 gallon water bottles filled up. So let's see. Real quick, this is going to be measured out in cups. So this is about 2 cups. Let's see. And this mason jar holds about 6 to 8 cups, I believe. So I'm going to do 2 water bottles on this one. So for this one, my flavors, I'm going to do some infused, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and use some mango. Yeah, we'll do mango. So I need a scale again. For the mango, I'm going to go ahead and do 50-50 just because, like I said, a lot of people, okra water doesn't really have much of a taste. It just is more of the consistency. So to add a little more flavor, I am going to go ahead and just add it up that way. Let's grab the bowl. Okay. So we did about 6 ounces. So we'll do 6 ounces of mango. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Now, mango is overall just great for antioxidants. It's great for flavor. Mango does also have a little more hydration in it. And the beautiful thing about this, for anyone who is on a weight loss journey, you can actually eat the fruit. The fruit gives you a little extra fiber boost. And honestly, I eat the okra sometimes. It doesn't always strain out perfectly, so I actually prefer eating raw okra versus eating it cooked. I lost a mango piece. That's really sad. We will pick that up later. And then the second to last thing, and least in this recipe that I am going to use, I'm going to use a peach mango flavored coconut water. What is amazing about coconut water, it is high in electrolytes. This one is high in potassium and vitamin C. And we got about a couple of cups in here, so I'm going to try to just fill it to that brim. So with okra water, you're going to want to let it sit overnight. 4 hours to overnight is usually the best bet with okra water because you do want to give it time to actually infuse. You want to give time for flavors to mash up. Use the whole thing. This is about 16.9 fluid ounces. We're just going to use all of it. So like I said, electrolytes, overall hydration. Hydration is good for energy. Hydration is good for body functionality. Hydration is good for overall physical performance. So take that as you will. And yeah, so this one is my first batch of okra water. This can usually give me about, like I said, 8 cups. Depending on what I'm drinking, I will probably kill this in about a couple of days to a week because this is just, like I said, a nice substitution to my regular water usage. And what you will do, depending on what kind of bottle you are using, you will take your strainer. It is going to come out slimy. You are going to pour it into your cup, strain it, and you can either top it off with more juice or you can drink it as is. Like I said, this one is more of an infused version just for that reason, so you don't have to do any extra steps. Now, the second thing I'm going to go ahead and make for y'all For those who have told me they are not fans of okra, we are also going to do aloe vera. Beautiful thing about aloe vera, we're going to do a nighttime cocktail one. So this one you don't really have to infuse as long. I am using fruits, so of course the longer you let it infuse, the better. So let's pop this over here. So we're going to do a mixed berry blend. We all know that berries are high in antioxidants, so that actually helps with just overall body cleansing, body maintenance, and it just gives a nice little extra for our skin, our joints, and everything else that the body is actually overall going to need. I'm not going to use the actual verbiage because, again, I am not a professional, but it's good for you. That's we know that it's good for you. So let's do our fruit first. Same old, same old. I like the number 6, so we're just going to go ahead and do 6 ounces. Let's see, let's see. So this is about 5 right here. Pop that in there. We got strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. There are no blueberries in here. You might want to add, if you like blueberries, I would also recommend adding blueberries. They're delicious. So this one, I'm actually going to make a sleepy time cocktail. So it's actually going to be fantastic if you actually have issues with sleeping at night, if you have any issues with overall just getting enough hydration and rest before you go to bed, because that is when your body takes the time to recover. I'm good with 5 ounces. I'm okay with that. 5 ounces sounds good to me. So for this one, I am still going to use a little bit of coconut water, but I'm going to go ahead and get that one in first because I'm only going to use about half the coconut water for this one because, again, this one's for more sleepy time. You don't need a lot of electrolytes in your regular sleepy time. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to where the berries in, and that's about 2 cups. And then we're going to go ahead and use our aloe drink. This bad boy right here. This lasts a good little minute, so you can make a couple of different mocktails with this situation. Okay. And we're going to go to about 6 cups or so. Yeah. Now at this point, I am going to add more water, at least 1 water bottle, so 16 ounces. Just, again, to get the natural hydration that water overall has. So if you are someone who gets headaches, this is also really good for you because normally when you do get a headache, you are lacking hydration. And you can leave this as is. This would actually be a very delicious drink, but to make it sleepy time friendly, I'm going to introduce you to my tart cherry juice. It's not sweet at all. It is actually tart. This actually has beautiful essence of mocking the body's natural melatonin. So it will actually aid you into a nice, easy sleep. You don't feel groggy in the morning afterwards. I really love this one. Any brand will do is just organic sweet tart cherry juice. But what you'll do is after this infuses, you'll pour this into a cup, about half and half. Pop a little bit of this. I like to go ahead and do like maybe 2 to 4 ounces. And night night. You wake up, skin's glowing, hydrated, and everything else. But the overall reason why okra water and even aloe vera juice water is so important is because I do like to preference this for feminine hygiene. A lot of women do suffer, unfortunately, from dryness. A lot of women don't really know that their overall pH is supposed to be 3.8 to 4.5, which means women are naturally acidic. So if you ever see in like your underwear, it looks really bleached or anything, that is actually normal. Your underwear is supposed to actually showcase how acidic that your vaginal health is. That means you're healthy. So for women who actually have any issues, BV, any issues with just overall dryness and just their vaginal health in general, I do like to point out little holistic things that you can do. One of my favorites is boric acid. This is from the Honey Pot. This is amazing. It is actually a suppository, comes with an applicator, and it's made out of coconut oil. So this actually helps with natural lubrication, again, natural hydration, and the boric acid will bring you back to a normal pH. So the use that it says you can actually use after sex, at the end of your cycle, or just for overall pH imbalances. So if you're someone who just is in need of something and not really knowing what to do, this is a really good place to start. I always recommend asking your doctor first, but this is really a nice place to start, especially just after those 3 times, like I said. I love it. It makes me feel clean, it makes me feel healthy. And then this is one of my current favorite good wash. It is the Down There wash. It is actually aloe based with rose water because you know you're not supposed to use a lot of perfume. You're not supposed to use anything that has any scents or anything down there. But I really love this one because it is pH balancing and it does actually give a nice good clean without stripping the natural fauna and the natural not biotics, what is it called? The natural bacteria that is supposed to be in that area, in the feminine area, because that is also not natural, ladies. You're not supposed to necessarily not have a scent, but we also know what it smells like when you're not supposed to. So this one keeps you nice and clean. But yeah, Miss Polly, I guess that's my time. I kind of wanted to just rush through that. I'm hoping that maybe we get some time to really deep dive into this conversation. But these recipes, my loves, I hope you give them a try. They're actually very delicious. Again, for anyone who doesn't like the slimy, go with the aloe. But this one, when I tell you, add a little juice, add a little lemonade, just add whatever you like to make it flavorful. Okra water is really good. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.